So, real quick, let's go ahead and get this started because I want to go ahead and dive into this. So, have you ever known somebody to make a resolution? Have you been the person to make resolutions? Matter of fact, if I was to be real, we all make resolutions every year going into the new year. We tend to have a goal, an idea, a vision for the new year. And we make these resolutions and we have these ideas and we have these plans. But then there are some of us that then talk about our resolutions, make these resolutions, come up with these ideas and plans, and then we do not do none of them at all. Matter of fact, we don't achieve them, we don't try to achieve them, we just speak to be speaking because everybody else is saying that they have a resolution, everybody has a plan. So since they have a plan, I have to have a plan. I have to have an idea. I have to have a goal. Just because everybody else has an idea, a plan, or a goal. All while you're turning up, drinking your Hennessy, your gin, your Ciroc, your jungle juice, your blue juice, your red juice, your grape juice, and your apple juice. Or maybe while you're rolling up a wood or a white owl or you, matter of fact, you're putting it in a bong or a bowl, pre-gaming enough. You sitting there talking about your resolutions with your homeboys and your homegirls, getting ready to turn up and bring in 2021. And then there are some that are preparing to get on Zoom calls and Facebook Lives for watch night service. Then there are those that are having to go to work because they have to work 365 days a year, no days off. Everybody has something going on New Year's Eve. But the one thing that seems to happen is resolutions happen to everybody. Everybody has a resolution. Everybody has an idea. Everybody has a plan. Everybody has a new vision. Everybody wants to be this. Everybody wants to be this version of themselves. And while we're going to be out hitting the WAP, hitting the Megan Thee Stallion, all the while, come February and March, will your resolutions still be the same? Will you still be grinding for the goals that you planned out to achieve in 2021? So, what is a resolution? What is a resolution? A resolution is just the act or process of resolving. The act or process of resolving. That is a resolution. So therefore, before you start talking about your resolutions, let me therefore tell you to stop. Because if you don't have an action or a process to resolve whatever you're trying to change, please do not say you have resolutions. A resolution is the act or the process of resolving. So it's three key critical questions that we have to answer tonight. And then I'm going to get out your way because I got the homeboys coming over for cards night. Yes, we are playing spades and rummy. Here's the three key questions. What's the resolutions? What are some of the resolutions that people make? What's the process? What's the process of the resolution that people make? And how do we act? How do we act? So what's the resolution? What is the resolution? What are some of the resolutions that people make? I started listing some of them, and here are some of the ones that I listed. The first one is the one that I love the most because I am a church boy. Be in church more. I used to hear that a lot, going to watch night services with my mother I used to hear people say all the time, oh, I'm going to be in church more. I'm going to tithe more. I'm going to help in the church more. And all these things I used to hear people say, and these are resolutions. But do we really understand what the resolution is? It has action and it's a process. And then I would hear, I'm going to get a better job. Then I would hear things like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to stop eating certain things. Then I would hear, I'm going to do better in school. I hear that a lot now. I'm going to do better in school. Or you might be the one, or you might know somebody. I'm going to go back to school. These are things that we hear. These are things that we might say from year to year. But the reality of it is, are we doing those things? If you're saying, hey, I'm going to school, are you really trying to register to go to school? I'm going to do better in school. Are you taking the steps to do better in school? That's why this next question is so critical. What's the process? Because while we're making resolutions, we have to understand that there is a process. So what's the process? A wise tale that I learned while I was a young boy is you write down your plan. You write down your idea. You write down your vision, your goal, so that you can see it. So that you can revise it, so that you can change it. You write it down. Make a plan. Have an idea. You want to stop eating certain things, but you continue to go to the same section to get the bacon. I'm going to stop eating bacon. I'm going to stop eating pork. But you still buying pork. You got to write down, get a meal plan. I'm going to lose weight, but don't have a plan. You have to have a plan. Because it's a process. And the reality of it is we ain't going to get to our resolution in 1 month, 2 months, 24 hours. So what's the process? What's the process? What's the second answer? It takes sacrifice. It's going to take sacrifice in 2021 for you to achieve what you need to achieve, your resolutions, whatever your goal is. It's going to take sacrifice. It may take some sacrificing of some family members, some friends, some places that you go, some kickbacks that you go to. You might not want to kick back tonight. You might want to study what you need to study so you can prepare for the next journey of your life. You're going to have to sacrifice. See, people want to make resolutions not realizing that it takes sacrifice in the process. That it takes you writing down your plan, organizing your plan, putting your plan together, getting the right people in place to help you get to where you need to get to. But all the while, we're making resolutions. Maybe, just maybe in 2021, we don't need to have a resolution. We just need to grind. We need to find our grind. Because if you're making resolutions, you have to understand that it's every action. It has to have action. And you have to understand that it's a process to get to where you need to get to. So that's part of it. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice. So that's part of the process. So what's the process? Here's the reality of it. We don't always like the process. We don't always like the process of getting to where we need to get to. That's why the grind sometimes is that's why it's hard. The grind ain't easy. The grind sometimes is not for the easy folks either. The folks that like getting things the easy way. The grind is hard because you know it's a process. It's a day-to-day, day in and day out. You have to grind. That's why for your elderly folks and for the people that have wisdom in your life, that's why they appreciate the process, because they've come to understand that the process is important and that the process, you may not like it, but you come to appreciate it. You come to appreciate it. And that's why we always don't like it, but we have to appreciate the process. So, how do we act? How do we act? How do we act? How do we act? Because if you go back to the definition of resolution, it's the act or process of resolving. So how do we act? How do we act? We act by doing this, taking steps forward every day. Even though I know times are hard, 2020 has been hell for everybody. From COVID-19 to family members backstabbing you, to you losing friends, to race wars, to you losing friends, to politics, you losing family members to politics and the race war. You dealing with losing jobs, school, all these things you have been dealing with, and you're trying to figure out, how in the world am I supposed to take a step forward? When all it seems like is I've been going backwards. You have to find a way to take a step forward. You have to fight to take a step forward. You have to grind to take a step forward. And yeah, every day it's not going to be pretty. And every day is not going to have sunshine and blue skies and green grass on the ground. Some days it's going to be ugly. Some days it's going to be nasty. But you have to take a step forward. You have to take a step forward. In 2021, you have to take a step forward. That's why with the whole resolution thing, Jalen, I don't understand why people, I'm going to make all these resolutions. Because if you're not willing to take a step forward, if you're not willing to take a step forward, do not be, I'm going to make all these resolutions. I got all these resolutions. But are you willing to take the step forward? Are you willing to sacrifice? You might have to sacrifice your homeboy that you've been kicking it with. You might have to sacrifice that homegirl. You may have to sacrifice to take the step forward. You may have to sacrifice. Take the step forward. So how do you act? You take the step forward. Here's the second piece to this. Please don't make resolutions. Please don't make resolutions that you're not going to accomplish. Do not make resolutions that you're not going to accomplish. The one thing I used to remember as a child growing up, going to watch night services, I used to hear people make crazy, just crazy, off-the-wall resolutions. And I'd be sitting there thinking, you really going to do this? Because you said this last year. What are you saying, Charles? I'm glad you asked. There are people that's been making the same resolution the last 10 years and they haven't done it. So don't make the resolution if you're not going to do it. Don't make the resolution if you're not going to do it. I'm going to do better in school. Okay, you're going to do better in school. But you still don't show up to class, but you expecting an A. I'm going to try to get a better job. Justin, I'm going to try to get a better job. But nobody never looks at your resume to critique it. Critique it. Oh, Lord. To revise it. But you got these resolutions. You the one making them. Matter of fact, your cousin making them. Don't get mad at me. I'm just trying to help you. But we make these resolutions. I used to hear this stuff all the time. And I'd be thinking to myself, you're not even doing it. You wasn't even doing it last year. So why you saying it now? Here's one for y'all. I'm going to love better in 2021. You're going to love better, but you still hating your next door neighbor. That's nice to you every day, that never done nothing wrong to you, and you still treat them like they're your enemy. You guys, we got to stop these resolutions. If we're not going to do them, we have to stop them. If we're not going to do them. If you're not going to sacrifice to do it, leave it alone. If you're not going to understand that it's going to take steps to get to where you need to get to, leave it alone. If you're not going to write down your plan, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't say it. 2021 is not the year just to be saying it and not doing it. Please don't do that. Because life is too short, and we starting to find that out. If you haven't woke up to understanding life being too short, life is too short. So here's the last piece on how do you act. How do we act? By grinding. Understanding the grind is not easy. Getting to your goals is not easy. Knowing that you have to sacrifice and understanding that people may not understand. Understanding that the places that you may go, you may not have to go because of your sacrifice, because of your resolution, because of your plan. You may have to do things differently, but your grind is going to show it. You're going to have people to support you with your grind, with your steps, with your goal. Your grind is important in this season. Please do not go into 2021 saying you're going to do something and you don't do it. It's not the time, because life is too short. Go obtain your goals. And the beautiful thing about my Instagram is I got a lot of college students on here. And I really want y'all to understand this. It's your time to attain your goals. Go get them. Please go get them. The grind is going to be difficult. I know you're not going to want to get on the Zoom calls. I know homecoming, you've missed it for some of y'all. I know you had a hell of a semester dealing with professors and administrators and deans, and you can say everything that you have dealt with. But understand, it's all part of the grind. It's all part of the grind. It's important that you understand that. It's important that what you're sacrificing is important. is important. And let me answer your question. I'm not saying that. I believe people should make resolutions. What I'm saying is don't make a resolution if you're not going to do the resolution. Because therefore you are lying to yourself. That's what I mean by when I say stop the resolutions. I don't like, and I guess growing up and seeing it happen, I don't like people making a resolution and then they don't do it. And as I've grown up, I've realized every resolution I make, I have to do it. Because you just don't do what you do for yourself. There is somebody that has sacrificed for you to achieve what you need to achieve. And so that's what I mean by that. No, I don't mean by saying that people shouldn't make resolutions. No, people should make resolutions, but please make sure you do it. Make sure you do your resolution. But you're something to think about is this. You're something to think about is this. I'm getting off of here because, like I said, you guys, it is cards night for me, and it's time for me and the buddies to play cards for the rest of the night. And yes, we are playing spades and rummy. So, but you're something to think about is this. You're something to think about is this. It's very simple. If you say it, do it. If you do it, believe it. In 2021, go into 2021, turn up, do what you're going to do. Roll all your woods, drink all your Hennessy and gin and Ciroc, do all of that. But make sure if you make a resolution that you do it. If you say it, do it. If you do it, believe it. Believe it. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Have a little faith in yourself that you can achieve everything that you want to achieve in 2021. Go out and do it. And for the people that say you can't do it, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Because they're the main ones hoping that you just say it and you don't do it and you don't believe it. But Happy New Year to you. Merry Christmas to your family. Merry Christmas to you. I pray that it was well for you. And I hope that this year, even with all the hell and turmoil that we have faced, that it has went well for you. To my college students, rest up, get your rest, and let's prepare for whatever the second semester brings at us. Let's prepare for it. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to my Livingstone family. I hope that everybody is doing well from Livingstone College. So prayerfully that all of y'all are doing well. Happy New Year to all of you guys. But let's please stop the resolutions and start grinding. Join me tomorrow. Join me tomorrow afternoon. Right here on Instagram. Join me tomorrow afternoon. Yes. Let's see here. I'm going to give y'all the correct time. Join me tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. 3:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. As we're going to talk about what your grind is. What is your grind? What's your grind? So we know we have to stop some of the resolutions and start our grind. And like I said before, I'm not saying that we need to stop making resolutions. What I'm saying is, if we're going to say a resolution or if we're going to write down a resolution, make sure that we do it. So we're going to talk about what's your grind. What's your grind tomorrow? Not 2:30. 3:30. 3:30. Tomorrow, right here on Instagram. Shout out to all the birthday people for December. Happy birthday to all the people that's coming up in January. Happy New Year to you. Please, if you're going to go out, party, and have a good time, please be safe. Please make sure you get home safely. Please do not drink and drive. This is coming from your uncle, your nephew, your cousin, your big brother, all of that. Please make sure you get home safe. We all want everybody to make it home safely and get to their destination where they're going to lay their heads down. So please make sure you make it home safely. And we are signing off. I'm going to play cards now. It's your boy, y'all know it here. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Charles with a motivational word. I'm signing off. Happy New Year to you. You guys be blessed. We'll holler.